The killing of radio commentator Percy Lapid has reached the Universal Periodic Review in Geneva, Switzerland. Justice Secretary Boying Remulla raised the issue as he discussed government's efforts to address human rights concerns. He points out in 17 days, officials completed the investigation, finished the case build-up, and filed complaints against those allegedly behind the killing, including suspended Bucor Chief Gerald Bantag.
In the process, we uncovered a deeply rooted criminal enterprise inside the corrections pillar, another pillar of our justice system.
Remulla himself earlier said 95% of the case is finished. Remulla also mentioned the almost 200 unclaimed bodies of Bilibid inmates from Eastern Funeral Services. He says he has ordered an inventory and a medico-legal investigation.
This is to determine the causes of their deaths with the end view of making legally accountable those found responsible for these mysterious deaths.
Meanwhile, the number of cases filed out of DOJ's review of the past administration's anti-drug war campaign remains low. Of the thousands of cops investigated by the PNP in connection with the drug war, only a few were dismissed from service. Remulla tells the international community that the government won't hesitate to take action if evidence is enough.
We will leave no one behind. We will dispel the mistaken notion that there is a culture of impunity in our country. We will not tolerate the denial of justice nor any violation of human rights.
Something that's hard to believe, according to a Filipino group who observed in Geneva. Empty words and vague promises. That's how it summed up the government's report. More than 30 countries called to put an end to extrajudicial killings and hold those responsible accountable.
Australia recommends that the Philippines investigate all allegations of extrajudicial killings and ensure accountability, including through continued engagement with the UN Joint Programme on Human Rights.
38 countries urged the administration to protect human rights defenders, lawyers, judges, environmentalists, and journalists.
We remain, however, deeply concerned about the intimidation and harassment of civil society activists or the widespread and grave human rights violations in connection to the so-called war on drugs.
Other members also raised the issue of red tagging.
We recommend that the Philippines, end the practice of red tagging and ensure protection of human rights defenders from arbitrary arrest, harassment, and other human rights abuses, including by adopting the Human Rights Defenders Protection Act.
Remulla gives his rebuttal.
I'd like to categorically state that there is no government policy of engaging in red tagging, which is a term invented by the left to protect the left. There is no such policy of engaging in red tagging.
Critics say the Philippine government could show its sincerity by acknowledging human rights violations and the state of poverty in the country. Anjo Alimario, CNN Philippines.